Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 11th to the 31st, 2019 reading for you. The very last reading of 2019, which is rather exciting. And I'm using all new cards here, which have been gotten through your generous donations. So thank you all so very much. Your donations will go to getting new cards and making this channel more exciting, more interesting for you all, or at least prettier to look at at times. So let's get started, Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Venus, and see what this time period has in store for you. These are the Animal Spirit Guidance cards, right? So I'm going to be putting these over to the side, and they will be used at the end to deeper clarify the main tarot cards. And then I'm going to be putting the healing cards over to the side and just shuffling these main tarots and then having the healing oracle cards used in just a moment to give deeper insight and understanding to this time frame. Let's see now. Aries, December 11th to the 31st, 2019. Aries, December 11th to the 31st, 2019. Aries, December 11th to the 31st, 2019, Aries. 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 Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. At the heart of everything, Aries, is the Judgment card. It is crowned by the Eight of Swords. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. It's an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. The Chariot, which is a water sign energy. That's a Cancer. That's a time frame of June 21st to July 22nd. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Pentacles, an earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. The Knight of Cups, water sign energy, amplifying the Cancer that's shining through, but also a Pisces and a Scorpio. The Three of Cups and the King of Cups. Strong, strong, strong Cancer energy. Let me just move my camera over just a bit so that you can see better. Hope you can see better. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to put these cards over to the side and take out your healing oracle cards and see what they have to say. Aries, December 11th to the 31st, 2019, Aries. December 11th to the 31st, 2019, Aries. December 11th to the 31st, 2019, Aries. And I know this time frame is a bit longer, but with the holidays coming up, I thought, let's just have it all out for you guys so that during the Christmas holiday, the Hanukkah holiday, Kwanzaa, everybody can get to see this and not have to, have their holidays interrupted. So December 11th to the 31st, 2019, Aries. December 11th to the 31st, 2019, Aries. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. This one right here. Mental repetition. Fantastic. And this one right here. Respect. Very powerful. Okay. Very beautiful, very powerful. Set these over to the side. Okay. And so let's talk about mental repetition and respect for a moment. So here, with mental repetition, things are going to be happening. You're going to see signs. And by that, from what I'm seeing from the cards, from what I'm seeing from this card in particular, is that you are going to have things being repeated to you, meaning that you are going to see patterns within things that are happening during this time frame. You are going to see, you're going to see that when you are thinking a question, you're going to be thinking it kind of over and over, mulling it over in your mind, and you will be able to see the world answering back. But it's going to answer back in repetition, not just in one big kind of grand gesture. It's going to be small things that make you think of the same thing. It's going to be small things that make you focus on what it is that you desire and the answers being given. The answers from Spirit are not going to come all at once and be breathtaking. They're going to come very slowly, very repetitively, and it is going to be up to you, Aries, to be able to see what this mental repetition, what this repetition from Spirit brings you. And here, the color that I'm focusing on is the purple within the leaves, and that is very much talking about healing and cleansing the crown chakra to be able to move forward and to focus this mental repetition on the greatness that is coming to you. Then we have here respect. Respect is highly important, period, end of discussion. But respect is also going to be very important to you during this time because you are going through shifts. You are, thinking with your heart a lot more, and you are moving yourself forward and saying, you know what, no longer am I going to fall into old patterns where people overlook me, disrespect me, kind of sit there and think one certain thing. So here, with respect, you are being empowered, invigorated, and you are moving forward in your truth. The color that shines through here is yellow. Healing and cleansing your solar plexus chakra is going to be so important to you, but it's also going to help. It's going to help you with the insight that is coming through mental repetition, because by following your gut, Aries, you are going to be empowered and invigorated. You are going to be so on point. So during this holiday season, if things do not feel right to you, if you, sit there and you think, oh my gosh, it gives me kind of an upset feeling in my stomach, but I'm just going to do it anyway, stop and just stop. Step back, look at things, look at the patterns that are coming to you from Spirit that is guiding you forward, and then know that through that truth, you are going to be invigorated and you are going to be set free. But you need to respect yourself in order to move forward, and also in order to stand your ground and say, you know what, that's not for me, this is for me, this is where I want to be, that is where I feel uncomfortable. So just know that that's going to be part of your truth during this time. I'm just going to move these over just a little bit for you guys. And I'm going to have all the cards, of course, linked in the description. There we go. I can speak. Description box below. There we go. Oh, sometimes words, they just get caught in my mouth. So we start off here at your heart with judgment. And here, with this judgment, you are going to hear a calling, but you are also going to be seeing yourself moving forward towards what you desire and towards what it is that you need. With judgment, you are rising up. It's kind of like, see it, very much like the resurrection within the Bible, but this is also not to be religious. This is also a sense of you stepping back into your power and your truth that you were born with. This is paired with the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, now I know I read the Three of Cups a bit differently than other people. I kind of read it in its inverted form, but the Three of Cups always, no matter what, always says to me, do not trust people blindly. Don't. All right? Here you have prosperity, you have abundance, you have people celebrating you, people raising your cups. There is somebody here within this who isn't really out for your betterment. They're out for themselves. So know that during this time, as you are facing your judgment, as you are moving forward in your truth, as you are going forward, as you are having revelations come your way, as you are standing your ground more firmly and more decisively, the Three of Cups is saying here, do not think everybody has your best interest at heart. Don't, because they don't. Do not think everybody can handle what's going on in your life without getting jealous. It can be being jealous because things are starting to fall into alignment, which for a lot of you, they are. It can be jealous because you're making sense of things and other people still feel lost. It can be jealous because that's how they live their life. If you're happy, then that means they can't be. So with the Three of Cups, it's also learning to stand on your own 2 feet. It's saying, this is what I need. this is where I need to be, and this is how I need to move forward. The Three of Cups is very much saying it is time to look at yourself and celebrate you, and know that you are wiser, stronger, and quite frankly better than you had ever thought you were. Do not let other people during this time, especially if you're having a lot of family and friends over, do not let a lot of people, the words of people, veer you from your course, because that is going to be overwhelming for you. That really is. It's going to make you feel lost. It's going to make you feel a bit in despair. And that's going to do the exact opposite of what you want, especially during this time. Because here with the Eight of Swords, there is a sense of doubt and a fear. Being way too much in your own mind, you're going to want to analyze it. And by it, I mean everything. You're going to want to analyze why people are doing what they're doing. You're going to want to analyze why you're moving the way that you are moving forward or not moving forward, and where you are and how you can, improve yourself, and how this is all your fault. And this is all going to play over and over again in your mind. Quiet it. Quiet it. Because with the Eight of Swords, you feel trapped, but there is a way out. The blindfold is on because it's too busy looking inward. And looking inward when you are not focused, when you are not respecting yourself, when you are not listening to the mental repetition of the answers that Spirit is giving, is absolutely overwhelming. So here, know that with the Eight of Swords, there is going to be a time during this period where you think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. You are too overwhelmed. Your mind is too full of everything that needs to be done. You're not even remotely thinking of yourself, what you need, and how life needs to move forward for you. You're thinking about all the ways that you're not where you want to be at this moment, where you'll never get there, and that is going to be overwhelming for you and devastating. So I'm going to warn very highly against falling into the pattern, and that it's not me warning, Spirit is warning very highly against falling into the pattern of overthinking, overanalyzing, and internalizing, and just fretting over like a hamster on a wheel again and again the things that are going on. If people are mean, let it go. I know that's really easy to say and really hard to do, but you don't have time for it. You don't have time for it because you're living your best life. You are moving forward in your truth. You are cultivating your future. You do not have time for people's idiocracies. You just don't. Because here with the Knight of Cups, you are moving forward in love. You are moving forward in joy. You are moving forward towards your goals. Now, you might be having a bit of a trouble with a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. There we go, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer here. But it doesn't mean that you have to be. It can also be that your heart and your head are having a bit of a disconnect. And if you've watched me before, you definitely know that I believe very highly that we are emotional beings. So our emotions talk to our mental interpretation of things. And so that's why, when we are in a good emotional place, mentally things don't bother us as much, or we're not as fretful. Here, you are moving forward, and there is a sense of doubting your footing, of doubting the way that you're moving, the place that you are getting to. So with the Knight of Cups, it's saying be steady. Know that yes, if you listen to your emotional truth, meaning that you take out kind of the pettiness of life, and you listen simply to your heart, you listen to what your heart wants, it's going to reveal very big things to you. Even if it's just that, okay, now I'm ready for love to come into my life. Now I'm ready for, security to lead me forward. Now I'm past the doubting and I'm past the fearing that was ingrained in me when I was little, and I'm ready to open up my heart and move forward, not feeling trapped, not feeling overwhelmed, because now your mind and your heart are going to come into balance with each other. Because your heart is sending out wavelengths and sending out the way you interpret things to your mind. Your heart talks to your mind, so your emotions speak to your thoughts, speak to the way that you see the world, speak to the life that you are having at the moment. So here, it is knowing that as you move forward, as you go after what you desire, there is a sense of needing to rein in the emotions, most definitely, not letting them get all wild with yourself and then falling into doubt and fear and apprehension. But there is also a sense here of balancing your heart with your mind. Because if you're fretting, if you're worrying, that means that your heart is out of balance. And you just need to rein it in, because you'll be unstoppable once you do. Because here, the Knight, the Knight protects royalty, protects the kings and the queens. So here, in this triangle, you have the Chariot, you have the King of Cups, which is the evolution of the Knight of Cups, and then you have the Queen of Swords. So again, you have your heart and your mind coming together. Now they are kings and queens. Now they are ruling the area. They are ruling where it is that you stand and moving you forward. The Chariot is saying you do not have time. You do not have time to stay still. You do not have time to be stuck in one place. You want more. And that's what you're getting. You are getting more. You are harnessing the night and the day, the black horse and the white horse to move you forward. This time period, this understanding is what's guiding you. Again, the Cancer time period is June 21st to July 22nd. You are moving towards your goals. And I know it sounds like a very long way away, but with the way that life has been going, I'm telling you, the Cancer time period will be here well before you know it. This is a time where you feel much more comfortable within yourself, most definitely. But this is also a time where you look at things differently. Now, it does not mean that you have to wait all the way to the Cancer time period. It means that you are moving forward. It can be for some a trip over water. It can be, I see this more as a harnessing in as of your emotions and a becoming much more decisive and much more focused. That's what the King is right here. Now note that both hold, what is that in his cup? Oh, it's a sailboat. So here, he is on the sea, on his throne, with a sailboat in the cup. So I'm seeing you holding the world in your hands. Kind of the openness of the sea is before you, and you're in control of the way you move forward, of what you perceive, of what you desire. And that's because you're reining in your emotions. You're not letting life get the better of you, and you are moving towards the goals and the power that you have. Strong, strong, strong Cancer presence right here. And I'm just going to, I know I'm going a little bit out of order, but that's okay because these two need to be seen together. The Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. Now, for me, kings are the actors upon the stage, and queens are the directors behind the scenes. So the King of Cups is saying that your heart is going to be the actor upon the stage. It's going to be what people see. The Queen of Swords, your mind, you're going to want that to be more behind the scenes. You're not going to be as comfortable sharing your thoughts, sharing your ideas. So here, there is this balance coming forward, leading you towards what you desire. But you're cutting through doubts and fears as you are reining in your emotions and embracing your greatness to move you forward to where it is that you need to be. Strong, 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 once again, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Life is doing a 180. You're going to see that. You're going to be kind of thrilled with it, yes, kind of not at the same time. So know here that as things do in 180, the reason why you will not be thrilled with it is because if you see, all right, so if you see it on that spinning wheel, the thread is all tangled. That's what you feel like. It's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to move forward? Everything's tangled. Everything's overwhelming. Am I heading in the place that I want to be? Am I heading in the direction that I need to be? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. Right now, you're on a roller coaster ride. You are having your highs, you're having your lows, your lefts and your rights. It is rather overwhelming. Is it supposed to be? Yes, most definitely. Life is supposed to be overwhelming. Life is supposed to be astoundingly challenging. Life is supposed to, get the better of us at times. So here, as you are focusing, you are unraveling the tangles. And you are seeing where it is that you want to stand. So you're having your highs and your lows, your lefts and your rights. You feel like you're on a roller coaster ride. It's just overwhelming at times. But then once you start to work things out, once you work out the problem or you work out the main knot, everything starts to fall into place. And that's where you cut through the tangles of it all with the Queen of Swords. You know what it is that you desire. You know how it is that you want to move forward. And you claim that power for yourself. Things become much more clear mentally, which leads you to embracing the emotional truth of it all more firmly and saying, okay, I can see it better, I can understand it more, and this also leads you to not relying as heavily on other people's ideas, other people's ways of seeing your life, because it is your life, it is your power, it is your truth, and others don't get to have this huge, overwhelming say in it. You are not reliant on other people, and that's what judgment is showing you as you rise up, claim your power. You are not reliant on the whims of others to know your truth, to seize the moment, to go after what you desire. It might take longer to see things in your light and in your truth, but Spirit right now is saying that that's where the respect is coming from. The respect is coming from listening mentally to yourself. And you see here how she's growing from the tree. That's what you're doing. You're growing. You have strong roots. And you've been building strong roots. You can't see them. People can't see them. That's all the hardship, all the pain that you have been through, all the troubling times, all the overwhelming moments. You are building strong roots to be able to move forward towards your beauty, towards your desire, towards your bliss. And that brings you this cacophony of color. That brings you this sense of power, this sense of beauty, this sense of true amazement for yourself. You then have the Page of Pentacles. During this time, you're going to be a student of your prosperity, a student of your abundance. You're going to be sitting there kind of looking at things and saying, how? How can I increase my prosperity on this earthly plane? How can I be more in alignment with my joy, with my power, with my truth? And as you see this, you are going to be claiming what you desire. You are going to be claiming the path that you want to walk, or the path that you are walking. This does not mean you have to change jobs and go out and all that stuff. This does mean that you are focusing on what gives you happiness, and you are seeing how to incorporate that into your everyday life and into your everyday truth. This then leads to the Six of Pentacles, a balancing of the scales and a giving out, a generosity of prosperity. It does not have to mean that you give to everybody else. It's not like, oh, okay, the prosperity comes and all of a sudden you are taking care of everybody in the whole entire world. That would actually be quite aggravating and rather foolish. So yeah, it would be, because here the windfall for you is that you are studying your prosperity, you're studying your success, you are moving forward in your truth, and you have the prosperity that has come through your balance, and you're able to give to others, yes, but you're first and foremost taking care of yourself, being able to see the way that you need to move forward, also knowing who's trying to deceive you, who's trying to get the upper hand, who's trying to, be rather calculating and overwhelming. So here, you are taking your power by being the student at this time, by looking and seeing the truth about people. It's not saying, okay, I know I'm right, I know I'm moving forward this way, nothing and no one is going to teach me more, I know best, and that's that. No, by keeping your eyes open, you're able to balance the scales. This is my minor arcana justice card. You're able to have the justice come into your life, which leads to the prosperity leading you forward, which leads to you being able to help others, but know that as you help others, people are going to come out more and more with their hands out saying, I need help, I need help, I need help. This is not going to be what you want. Okay? So you're needing to find the balance between the two, because this can become astoundingly draining and astoundingly overwhelming very, very, very quickly. So know here that the prosperity that you are giving out is what you can spare, because I do not want you, Spirit does not want you, to drain yourself dry by trying to be everything to everyone else and not even having them care. They're going to think, oh, this is just the way you do things, Aries. And so here, as you embrace your prosperity, as you embrace your truth, you're going to need to set firm boundaries for yourself and for others. Because as you set the firm boundaries, you're going to see more prosperity comes. There's going to be a more, succinct, decisive way of leading you forward to the place that you need to be, to the bounty, to the prosperity, to the money or something you value as much as money coming into your life. This then leads to the Knight of Cups, being able to move forward. There's something here where you're on shaky ground. It's as these revelations come in, as this truth comes in, you're able to lead yourself forward out of the doubts and the fears to where you truly want to be. And this is also kind of saying to other people, you don't know my life better than I do. I'm working it out. I'm figuring things out. You're never going to be quote unquote perfect. As a recovering perfectionist, I can absolutely say that perfect is just something you chase to drive yourself crazy. You'll never be perfect. In your eyes, you might be perfect, but then if you look at somebody else, they'll start judging you, and then you won't be perfect in their eyes, so you have to pull yourself back, start all over again. This is saying here that the reliance on yourself, the reliance on your power, your truth, and your determination is so important, and it's opening doors for you. It's having you see things in a new light, having you see things in a new power, which is setting you free. All right, so let's see. We're going to layer it's beautiful. Aren't these absolutely stunning? I love this design. We're going to be layering these on top of the tarot cards right here to see how your spirit guidance, your animal spirit guide, guidance cards correlate with the tarot. So Aries, December 11th to the 31st, 2019, Aries. 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 Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay. And I'm just going to lay these out quietly. All right. Okay, at the heart of everything right here is the koi fish spirit, which says there is always enough. And this is what you're learning with judgment, with the rising up and the claiming of your power, the coming out of a small space. Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is an angel blowing his trumpet, raising people from their coffins. So it's being confined, right? And it's resurrecting now into your true spirit, into your true self. And you're seeing that there is always enough. There is always enough. It's going from a mindset of lack to a mindset of power, a mindset of prosperity, a mindset of abundance. This does not mean, and as I always say, it does not mean you'll become an A-list movie star. It does not mean that all of a sudden you will have more money than you ever dreamed possible. It does mean that you are stepping into your power and your truth, and you are saying, you know what, this is my life. This is who I am. And by claiming you, by saying, I am good enough, I am powerful enough, you are rising from a place of feeling trapped and overwhelmed to a place where there is always enough. There is always enough power for you. There is always enough blessings for you. Your spirit guide is always right there with you. And you are empowered by this truth. And I think these are just absolutely beautiful. So, thank you all so much. Oh, goodness, as I make a mess of things. Then also at your heart here, now I love wolves, so we have the wolf spirit, which I feel is astoundingly powerful. And this says, turn knowledge into wisdom. And that is just so beautiful with it correlating to the Three of Cups. This is thinking everybody else knows more. Now you're turning your knowledge into wisdom. It's seeing your power. It's seeing your truth. And it's being fierce as you protect it, as you move forward to where you stand and to the fact that there is always enough. Turn knowledge into wisdom. There is always enough, and you know so much more. That's why the mental repetition is going to be so powerful, and respecting your mind and respecting yourself is going to be so beautiful as you embrace here the flamingo spirit, which says embrace the in-between. Right? It's not, I love this over the Eight of Swords. This gets me excited because the Eight of Swords is that place in between. It's the place in between fear and determination. It's that moment where you feel stuck because all of a sudden in your mind you're playing over the worst case scenarios. You are being overwhelmed. You are really questioning how to move forward, where it is that you need to be. And so here, and note that this is going to radiate outward because flamingos aren't actually pink. Flamingos are actually white. And they turn pink because of the fish that they eat. So here, the doubts, the fears that you have, they will radiate outward and people will be able to see this. So embrace the in-between. Embrace the fact that yes, you don't know everything, but neither does anybody else. So even though it might feel overwhelming, even though you may think, oh my gosh, I'll never get there, you actually are. And by saying, oh my gosh, I don't know it all, you're one step further to embracing the truth of who you are and who you need to be and who you want to be. So embrace the in-between, embrace the grays. Life is made up of the gray. We want everything to be black or white. We want everything to be as clear-cut as law, right? Yes, I know there are loopholes and everything like that, but written on white paper, printed with black ink, we want everything to be black and white, just clearly laid out. This is embracing the in-between. This is saying that life is about the grays. Does it mean it gets yesy? Yes, of course it does. Does it mean it gets yesy? Did I say yesy? I meant messy if I said yesy, so I do apologize. Does it mean it gets messy? Of course it does. Life absolutely gets messy. But here, if you do not have your heart and your mind fall into correlation with each other, fall into balance with each other, you will always doubt. You will always doubt, you will always fear. So if you listen to your heart, you will embrace the place in between. And this then leads you, oh, I love it, to the snake spirit, which says it's time to heal. As you move forward in love, as you embrace your heart's truth, as you say, yes, I am an emotional being. And you might say, Dane, that means people are so messy. Have you seen people? We are so messy. We are. Sometimes our reactions to things do not even remotely make sense because we are messy, emotional beings. So here, as the snake spirit comes, as it says here, it is time to heal. As you heal, you move forward. You protect what it is that you love. You hold the Holy Grail within your hands. The Holy Grail in Christian tradition, and this is, again, not to be religious, but this is what it correlates to in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, is the cup that Christ used at the Last Supper. It is also the cup that was used by Joseph of Arimathea to catch the blood of Christ when he was stabbed in the side while he was being crucified. It is a cup that has been searched for by countless people for thousands upon thousands of years. So here, you hold that in your hand. You hold this gift of love, of sacrifice, of truth, of power, of your heart's truth. And now you're moving forward with it and you're protecting what it is that you love because it is time to heal and it is time to be empowered. As you do so, you have the lion spirit come in. It says, be generous of spirit as you move forward, as you embrace new opportunities. You don't sit there and think, oh my gosh, like it's like being, excuse me, being miserly. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. Oh my gosh, I don't have enough. Oh my gosh, and start to panic. Here, be generous of spirit, especially with yourself, especially with your way your heart moves forward, with what you desire, with your truth. Be generous to your spirit, to yourself, because that is going to be highly, highly, highly empowering to you. It's going to also help you move further. Then we have the cat spirit. Claim your independence as you embrace your heart. Don't sit there and think, oh my gosh, this is reliant on somebody else, or oh my gosh, it has to be a certain way. No, claim your independence, because here you claim your throne. You hold the whole world within your hands. Here, he has the Holy Grail. It has water in it, and it has a ship on top of it. He holds the whole world, and it's made up of love and of sacrifice and of a healing truth. And isn't that our world? And you might sit there and say, no, Dane, our world is nasty and harsh and cruel, and I absolutely agree with you. I believe that this is hell. I don't believe that, you die and you go to a hell. This is the nastiest and the cruelest place. But it can also be the most beautiful, the most absolutely breathtaking. And that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing and embarking on a spirit, on a journey of heart and soul that says, I hold the world within my hands, because the world is based on your perception. The world is based on the truth as you see it. And as you put into the vortex, like Abraham Hicks says, as you put into the vortex what you do not want, what you will get back is what you do want. And it doesn't come usually all at once. It doesn't come like with winning the lotto and all of a sudden being the most successful of people. It does come with knowing that as you put in what you don't want, you find out what you do want. And it comes slowly and gradually to us over time. And that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing you moving forward in that truth and embracing your independence, claiming your independence, because this is your life and this is your glory. As you do so, you have the starfish spirit, which says open to infinite possibilities, open to infinite possibilities as the whole world. opens up to you, as life does a 180, as you start to unweave the tangles, the upsets, the disappointments, and you start to see things moving more smoothly, more bountifully for you. Then this leads to the ant spirit, time to collaborate. As you know your mind, a collaboration between your heart and your mind, a collaboration with a air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, Aquarius, there we go. A cutting through doubts and fears, a knowing where it is that you stand, working with people, but always knowing your truth of the situation, not letting your voice be overpowered. And then this leads to a card that I think all these cards are absolutely stunning, but I love the White Raven, where it says, trust in the magic. Trust in the magic as you become a student of your prosperity, as you become a student of your power, as you see the roads open up to you, as you see the infinite of reality open, and you start to learn that there's nothing holding you back. I mean, you might sit there and say, oh, I have these responsibilities and that. Yes, but small steps can always be taken, right? And you are empowering yourself by that truth. Trust in the magic that comes because you're studying it, you're learning it. That's what you're doing. You're studying the magic, you are learning it, and you are having it become part of your day-to-day. And as it becomes part of your day-to-day, you obtain more prosperity than you thought possible. You obtain more bounty than you thought could be out there for you or would be out there for you. So trust in the magic because it leads you to the spider spirit, which says, make your dreams a reality, which I also think this is just beautiful. So as you make your dreams a reality, you balance the scales. You give to those who need you, yes, but do not sit there and think, oh, I'll just give it all away. No, don't. Make your dreams real and make sure that other people don't steal them away from you by demanding on you all the time. I'm not talking about you running away from your responsibilities. I very much believe in responsibilities. And as much as, yes, it would be fun to run away from them, and it would feel freeing, it would also not be right at times. No, it wouldn't be right at all. So at times, yes, it might feel freeing to be like, okay, I'm just leaving this old life behind. Don't do that. And that's not what the cards are saying. Spirit was saying to make that very clear. It's saying to bring bounty and balance to your life as you embrace the prosperity of your truth, as you embrace the power of yourself. And by that, you weave a more beautiful net. You untangle things, and your dreams become reality because you're starting to see them so much clearer, and you're starting to see the steps so much more decisively. And you're finding out that the roads that everybody else takes, the way that everybody else moves forward, that might not be right for you. And that is perfectly okay. Sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to just be different than everybody else. So what if your life isn't working out the way that everybody else's life seems to be working out? Or your success is not happening the way that other people are because you're not going through the front door. Break the window. Go under the foundation. Get to where it is that you want to be. But do so by opening your mind and saying, okay, maybe A isn't working for me, but F definitely will be. T is empowering. Look at the different steps and do not think that it has to be in some sort of numerical, alphabetical order to life. It's not about that. And some people come into their own much later, and they get a blessing and they get a truth that is absolutely positively empowering because of that, because they now know where they stand so much more. And I'm not saying that you have to be older to get the blessing that's happening here. But what Spirit is saying is that do not put yourself on the schedule of everybody else because it's not going to work for you. It's time to follow your schedule. It's time to embrace your truth. And as you do so, you will find that the prosperity comes and there's a balance to where it is that you are. Because right now, it feels as if everybody's always asking, always pulling one way and the other. And it's now time to say enough is enough. It is time to take care of you. It is time to be empowered in your glory, in your truth, and in your prosperity. And as you do so, you're going to see that the magic comes and you trust in it, you believe in it, and you are led forward by it. Let's look at your subconscious messages. So we're going to start with the subconscious message from the Healing Oracle cards. And this is boundaries. right here. Isn't that beautiful? Boundaries. Have clear boundaries. Say, this is where I stand, this is who I am, and then set that in stone, right? Clear boundaries. And yes, it doesn't have to be set in stone. You can have wiggle room, but clear boundaries are going to be what empowers you. It's going to be what moves you forward. Even clear boundaries for yourself as you move towards your dreams. But boundaries, yeah. And look how beautiful. Look how beautiful the world is for her, because she knows what to expect. Not she knows what to expect, but she knows what she will give, right? And it's not saying that you have to have kind of like a cup and be like, I can only give this much. But she knows to respect herself too. And that's what I'm seeing here. Your subconscious message for spirit animals is the turtle spirit. It says, slow and steady wins the race. It does not matter when you get there. And I know some of you will be saying, oh yes, Dane, it does. But Spirit is saying it does not matter when you get there. It matters that you get there. And you get there with a strong belief within yourself. And your overall subconscious message for this whole entire reading is the Magician. You are cutting through doubts and fears. You are knowing where you stand. You have an alignment happening as you move forward. Right? You have all the blessings, all the tools set before you. A power of mind, prosperity, heart, passion. And as that power comes, you claim your truth so much more. And people start to see that you are so much more powerful than they ever realized and that you ever expected. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you, and it is an absolute pleasure, as always, to be reading for you. Bye.